Annalene. This is Annalene's mare, and she asked me to work with her in the stall because the mare can be very angry, very aggressive. Sometimes she'll bite. And what I'm hoping you'll see is maybe 15, 20 minutes on average as she sees how I move with my body around her, that she'll shift and not be angry. We've all seen horses who are angry. They pin their ears and they threaten people that walk by. And the movements, the cause and effect I was showing you yesterday in the barn with the first two horses, it's very simple to say this. The horses who are angry because they're getting mixed signals from people. So there is only the three energies: pushing, blocking, and drawing. To Ina, right here. That's pushing her with my center. She backed right off of it. To Annalene. Annalene. My hip is inviting her to come. But we're a herd of horses now. So if this hip says to Annalene, come, at the same time this hip is saying to Vivian, go. This shoulder is going to say to Ina, go. My center, tell me your name again. Misha. My center, come. Go. Block, draw, go. There's those three energies. And they come out of your entire body. So, Annalene, can you stand beside me for a moment, please? So, if Annalene is a horse and I'm standing here next to her like this, I'm asking her to come in. I'm inviting her in. But if I don't know I'm asking her to come in, and she comes in, and then I say, no, don't come in, I'm stressing with confusion. If I stand like this and I say, this is come in, but then that shoulder does that, that's go away. This is pushing, this is drawing. They're sending two different messages. Right now, you can see she seems okay. She's out, she's licking, her ears are forward. She's even yawning and releasing some stress. That's her stress coming out. But right now, everybody's staying out of that zone that I defined yesterday around her head. So Nikki, I'm going to ask you to come over here, please, Annalene, and just so you can see. I looked at her last night, and she was eating, and as soon as we came near, she was so angry. So, I'm going to be proactive, and before I go any closer to her, I'm just going to move around her to show her how I move. If I say to you all as a group, right now, if I say, I bow to you, I draw away from you, my body language to you is not pushing you. The energies of pushing, blocking, and drawing, there's only those three, but in their, shall I say, rules, the way they communicate to each other, any pushing to the head is aggressive. And it's absolutely this simple. I'm angry about people pushing my head. I'm angry back at people for pushing my head. You push the body, not the head. Pushing energy to shoulder. And watch cause and effect. If I'm a horse and I'm coming with my head aggressively to Annalene, she needs my head to go away because I'm coming to threaten her with it. But she can't push my head, or that makes it worse. It escalates. If she pushes my shoulder away, the shoulder will take the head. Does that make sense? So it is so important for everyone. This is why we're going to start here, to understand you control the head not through the head. You control the head through the body. If Annalene wants my head to come to her, she doesn't pull my head to her. She pushes my girth, my single, away from her. Now my head's coming to you. If she wants my head to come to her, she can push my hip away from her. But just the only way you can get my head to come to you by pushing my hip away from you is if it's an inside hip, that I'm already bending a little this way. Then the hip will get my head to come to you. If I'm a little contra to you, the hip won't work. Okay, drama. So I carry the whip. Our bodies are vertical. Her body is horizontal. As soon as I pick up the whip to aim it at Erica, I'm horizontal. And what I'd like you to see, to visualize in your mind, is my body becomes the body, the hindquarters. This is the push, the hindquarters. As I carry the whip, this is the single. It's the middle of my body. There's my teeth. So to Nikki, I am bending away from Nikki with my head down low. Now I'm coming straight and I'm up level. Now I'm bending in to Annalene and Nikki and my head's going up. These are all different signals. This is anger. Twirling is anger. So, I'm going to use my body, draw away from where her head is, send push towards her single. Her head is down low. As her head comes up and looks, I'm going to draw away. And she sees that. I'm going to draw away over here. Now I'm going to draw, come around with the whip. I'm bent away from her. And I'm going to her single, and now her hip. And as she looks, I'm going to draw away. As she steps forward, I'm drawing away from her head. Can I ask you just to stay back a little bit more, Erica? Otherwise, you're talking to her as well. And by the way, I'm glad you're taking videos, but here's what a horse sees when a human has a video camera. It's so predatory. It triggers them. And it is predatory. You're trying to capture pictures. So they see that. So do it from out there, okay? Okay. Now she's watching all the time. This hip has to draw away from her. This core has to fold off of her. This hip has to bend away from her head. As she turns her head away, I bend my hip and I talk to her girth, and now her hip. The energy is driving her hip and drawing her head. She literally has to see this side of my body is drawing and biting her head, voila. That my center of my chi, my navel, is back here in her flanks. As she even looks away with her head, I send push to the single. As she looks with her head, the push goes off, I draw. There she's already beginning to lower her head. She sees. Pushing single. Now drawing away from head. She sees the draw. She's licking. She's seeing what she's seeing. She just gave me the first little yes. Hello here. If her neck is this way, even a little, then I can push that hip, asking her to turn to up. But if she turns away, I must go to the single. It's a different button with a different effect. Back to the single. Good girl, yeah. If I step into the stall leading with this leg, I'll be pushing her head. If I step into the stall with this leg drawing, you said there, she looks at me. And I'm exaggerating the movement so that she's starting to flex away. I must go to the single. to the girth. How she's standing right now with her legs lets me know she's opening to me. How she's standing with her legs is to be in the bend of her back away from me to bring your head to me. Girl. Girl. Touch the single. Girl. Girl, yeah. And you'll notice she nips her own single. Where you just saw her do this, that's the most important part of the body. That's where your leg is supposed to control the head, not pull the head in. Where you just saw her nip herself is where your leg bends her. She knows it. Just watch as there's my chi up there, and as I turn to her, she sees that hip draws away, this core folds off, and now the drive is to her body. Yeah. She sees I'm drawing her head. Yes, hello, beautiful. I'm drawing her head. There she's bowing to me. I'm not going to ask her to bend right now because how she's standing on the legs is not correct for bending. She actually needs to take a little step forward to bend well. So I'm just waiting. And that eye is looking at me very closely, and there she's releasing stress. Girl. So that's a big step right now for her to be willing to turn in and bring her head in my way. I'm going in, core folds off, step out. My energy has to go to her single. And not to bend her right now, just to straighten her. Sees that my core energy is to her body, not her head. And there's a soft mare bringing her head to me and bowing, not angry. Yeah. And making contact with me, not biting. Yeah.
刚刚那个手都没有碰它，就只是远远的摆着。
Turn to face the group. She sees that I straight single. So, what I was about to talk about, as I even said, I'm about to turn and face the group, she could see my body getting ready to turn and face the group, and suddenly turned her head away from me. Because from past experience with people, she assumes that when I turn to face you, I'm going to go forward with my energy, push into her head, but she's going to see this instead. Yeah. Watch how she sees that when she pushes my hand does not push her head back. My hand's just holding her nose. And as she challenges my hand, I gave her shoulder a push. Yes. Hello, dear. Yeah. she has to test me. That's the first thing. So that was a test. Didn't get her upset. When she turned their hindquarters to me, and horses will turn their hindquarters to you for one of two reasons. Either the human's energy was so pushing the head that it pushes the head away and we get the axe. Or you're not pushing the head, but they turn it to you just to challenge you. And she has to challenge me to see, how are you going to respond to this? I didn't back away from her. What confuses horses is that we have a tendency, everybody does it, that our push goes in near the head. But then when they bring the hindquarters to us, we go, whoa. So we are aggressive through the passive part of their body, their head. We don't mean to be, but we are. So you'll see my whip will point at the girth, the single, then it'll go to the hip, then the single, then the hip. Right now it needs to be forward in the flank. Asking her to give me her head. Bring me your head. Yes. Bring your nose right here. Girl. So there was a lot right there. I'm bending into you. The girth, single, no. I'm turning my hips to you. The hip, no. Single, no. Head, yes. my right hand on her head is not pushing it this way. It's a blocking boundary of to not go that way. Well, this hip is inviting her into me. Well, my power's out there. I put my whip behind me to tell the girth, the single, don't bend into me to leave me with your head. Bring your head back to me. Bring your head back to me. So we've got work to do on Lee, but she hasn't once pinned her ears.
No.
Not once has she been angry.
No.
And she's very passive right now.
Yeah.
Down very low. Well, she hears conflict happening right behind us.
But for me, it's more like an insecurity than really to be aggressive or something. She.
Yeah. When she's in the box, here's the problem. It's cause and effect. There's her head.
Yeah.
So if you're out here in open space and you send push to her head can move away.
Yeah.
In the box, it can't.
Yeah.
They're stuck. So she gets really panicky. And then she'll get angry.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So what you have to keep seeing is, as I go in there, that is not pushing her head. Look at her head.
Yeah.
This is going into her body. This is not pushing her head. That's inviting her head. There's a good girl. Yeah. Girl. It's a nice, sensitive mare.
Yeah. I know. I love her because of it, but it's not easy always.
Yes. Now look what's coming, huh? Yeah. What a good girl.
示范什么话？很难理解那个冰岛马的女主人养了这匹马养了好几年，她每次去马就被咬，所以她现在请她示范说怎么进去不会被咬。回去跟上海关上课一堂，跟他收5万。
Chris, can I ask you a question? Yesterday we talked about getting them straight to make them relax. I see now that you're turning your head a lot of times. How is this feeling well in their body?
I'll tell you in just a moment, okay? Waiting for the next release. I would like her to be on the other side of the stall. Good girl. So, yes, now we're getting it. Yeah. So, I'll answer that in just a second. You gain trust with how you move around the head in draw or block, but never push. Yes. You gain respect with blocks and pushing body. She just responded quite nicely to that. So to answer your question, Nikki, that says a lot, huh? You want me to come back, don't you? So how can you deny that, huh? I'm a total stranger.
因为看他眼神都
Total
变温
stranger
柔
in
了。
20 minutes, she's like, oh,
或者他说这是个陌生人。
对啊，但他
hi,
眼睛都变
sweetheart.
温柔了。
I love your mare.
Me too.
What a nice mare. So, quick answer to the question. Do you remember in there when you asked me what to do with your horse? And I said, well, before you learn what to do, you have to really learn what not to do. The straightness exercise yesterday that I had people doing in that demo with those two horses wasn't so much what to do, is start becoming aware of how you're moving around that head and what not to do. And to recognize that you want the neck and head to be quiet and the body to be moving. If you tell this hip, go away, I don't have to challenge you by pushing my hip to you. If you tell this hip to go away, all I have to do is turn my head the other way and you're blocked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I have my head that way, you can't. So, just now in there with her, before I could move her body, I had to show her I will block unwanted movements with your head, and I will draw the movements I want with your head. And when she started to see that was okay, then I started moving her body. So while I was talking about straightness yesterday, was just trying to get people to understand moving around the head is about communicating blocking boundaries or open draws. And become aware of that, because we're so often pushing the head and we don't realize it. Now, when it comes to to straightness, and this is such a big concept to understand before we go work with your horses. We want an outcome of straightness, an outcome. But the process to getting there is going to involve a lot of bending. And the reason why is if you are trying to straighten a horse with stress, it amplifies the stress. Again, think of your horses as water. So if you have water and the river is bending like this, and then someone channels it into a straight canal, that water flows a lot quicker. Does that make sense? So if you have stress in a horse's body and you're trying to straighten it, it increases stress. That is the biggest problem in dressage today. There's this old saying, the cart before the horse. Pardon my language, there is so much fucking emphasis on straightness that it's compromised relaxation. You gotta have the relaxation before the straightness. And relaxation comes when the head is staying still and the body's doing this. It's like us going, oh man, Make sense? So, this is just a statement, but here we go. To get lightness, involves some heavy work. To get straightness involves a lot of bending. And what we'll look at today is straighten your horse when there's nothing left to fix in bending. When your horse is like, oh, so relaxed and supple now. Good. Let's straighten you out. And now you've got more forward, but you didn't lose the relaxation to get it. And if you're relaxed and more forward, you've got a body swinging underneath you instead of bracing underneath you. And when you're going to be dealing with this in about 45 minutes from now, okay? I'm the horse, you're all there, this is the fence, and I'm going to ask you really logic, okay? Forget everything you've ever been told about riding horses and just use some logic. I'm riding this horse this way. And if I'm riding this way and that's the fence and I'm going up there to a right turn, I'm thinking inside leg, get ready for it, right turn. But the horse underneath me right now is doing this because of all of you. Whoa. Whoa. Now this might happen. Camera, other horses. Whoa. This is happening because of the environment. And if you're trying to ride that straight, you're increasing stress. Now, you relax horses from the inside single, the inside girth. That's the relax button. So as I'm riding it through here, and my horse goes a little contra because of all of this. This is the inside, not this. This horse needs me to give it a massage with my left spur while my hands hold its head still. And when my horse wants to go, I have to say with my boundaries and my contact, not with your face first. Wait, let me do it here, and then your nose last. And now that we're over here, if you're stressed, I'll massage you with this spur. And I'll massage you with this spur. Right spur, left spur, right spur. You have to ride the crookedness, not try to straighten. Does that make sense? If my horse does, then I have to ride that. And if I ride that, then they relax, because I'm not working against them. When they're doing this, and all we're trying to do is straighten it, we're increasing stress. But if they're doing this, and we are working with it, massaging it, then it relaxes. You're all going to feel it in your first ride. They're going to go, oh. And when they relax, it is someone Erica's size riding these big horses. How does her right leg straighten out if the horse is going? That's impossible. It's not that this leg straightens it, it's that this leg relaxes it. And then when it relaxes, this leg can straighten it. I want you all to feel something. Annalie, I want everyone to feel this. Can you put your hand there, please? Right there. There's the nose, there's the tail. Annalie, push your hand to me a little bit. That is the horse that just went in counterbend because of all the distractions over here. Does that all make sense? Now feel the back, the whip, the spine. Yeah. It's supple still, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now here's the rider saying we need to turn right.
Right.
Feel that?
Yeah.
You were doing that to her yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Everybody did this yesterday.
Yeah.
In the corners. There was not one horse that went through one corner in true bend. Every single horse took every single corner a little contra. So give me just a little contra. Just a little. Push into me. There's a little contra. And I'm trying to go forward, and then you turn me.
Yeah.
Feel it?
Yeah.
Now, if this is the face and this is the tail, that's straight. The direction, I need to go over there. The direction is to the right.
Yeah.
You've got two ways to go to the right. If you have true bend, it is a right turn. You can do it as a right turn on the forehand, moving the hips to turn. You can just do it as a right turn with your seat. You can do it as a turn on the haunches with your left outside leg creating the turn. But what that can't do is turn left. The right bend can't turn left. It would have to come straight, become a left bend to turn left. Now the same with this left bend. That left bend can turn left, but it can't turn right. This can't be turned over there. This can be leg yielded over there. So I'm riding this horse, and at the moment it's in a right bend, and I'm not pulling with my hands. I'm holding the head straight and relaxed. I'm starting to bend around my inside leg more, turn from my seat. Now watch the whip. And then the horse sees this camera and goes, and I have shifted to a left leg yield in real time with it, not ever working against it. Okay? This is why I was saying yesterday, to help these horses, you have to think like a sailor. Sailors don't yell at the wind telling it which way they want it to blow. If the wind changes, you change. And it's when you change with them. The emphasis is not straightness. The emphasis is relax the back. Okay? Because you won't get straight until you relax the back. And you relax the back by working with what it's doing, not working against what it's doing. Work with what it's doing. So it is so cliche to say, go with the flow. With respect, nobody was going with the flow. Everybody does everywhere. In one form or another, everyone was resisting the flow with the determination of I want straightness and I want turns. You're trying to control what you can't control. So you're sailing these horses, not riding them. You're sailing them. You're adjusting your sails with them. And as soon as you do, they relax. You start out saying to the horse, my number one priority is not straightness, and my number one priority is not true bend. My number one priority is to relax your back. And there's two things I have to do to relax your back. I always have to know which is really inside and outside. It changes. If I'm riding this corner right here, I could have a horse underneath me want to change its bend and its flexion 4 times between here and there. Walking along going, whoa, 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 whoa. You had it the most yesterday when you tried to ride the horse into her horse. And when the horse is doing this, you need to be doing riding it. But when they do this, we do this. Doesn't work. If it worked, we wouldn't still have these problems. So there's 2 things we need to be able to do. This is so important to understand. Every moment, there's 3 things. My reins don't pull the direction I want. My reins block the direction I don't want. The job of my right hand is not to pull my horse's face to the right to go around this corner. The job of my right hand is to block it from doing that to look at you. This does not pull there. This blocks there. This does not pull there. This blocks there. And ultimately what you're doing with your contact is telling the neck and the head in front of you, don't turn away from my spine. The space between their ears, their pull, your belly button, your navel should be between their ears every moment, spine on spine. Vertical spine on horizontal spine. So my right hand says, don't go left of my spine. My right elbow and right hand says, don't take your spine out of alignment and go left of my spine. My left elbow, left hand says, don't take your spine in the neck and head out of alignment with my spine. Stay in front. Stay straight in front of me with your neck and head. And as you try to hold the neck and head busy straight, you can't. You set those boundaries. Can you do that for me, Nikki? Just hold right there. There's the snaffle. Now I'm going to try and take the whip that way. Block it. And I'm going to try and take the whip that way. Block it. Good. Now while she's doing that, this is still happening. So you have to ride this while you hold that. Right's inside, left's inside, right's inside, left's inside. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right. That's what's happening. Okay? So, I'm not going to use my hands to pull the head where I want it to go. I'm going to channel my horse with boundaries where I don't want it to go. I'm going to be aware every moment. Left is inside, right is inside, left is inside, left is inside, right is inside. And the goal is that when the horse wants to change, Nikki, you're up there in the head, try to take it that way. Blocked it, say, wait, I got to do it here first. You have to tell the horse, and this is so important, I can see and feel that you're wanting to take your head and go contra to look at the audience. And my right rein right now has to say, wait till I do it in your back first and your nose last. You don't tell them they must stay straight. You don't tell them they must be in true bend. You tell them you can have the bend you want, but you have to do it in your back first, not your head first. That's it. And as soon as they start doing this, with the nose always last, within minutes, then you're straight. Okay. When you go to a dressage like yesterday, and I'm gonna ask everyone to do their tests with me tomorrow. Today we're gonna ride in groups. Tomorrow morning we're gonna ride in groups. Tomorrow afternoon, one-on-one. Everybody ride that test again. And when you ride the test, I'm gonna coach you proactive. You're coming up to the corner. Look, your horse is in contra. Here's what you need to do. Okay, and we'll get through this. The goal is not straightness, and the goal is not true bend. The goal is to get the back relaxed by making sure all the changes that they want to do up here aren't happening here first, they're happening here first. Does that make sense? Everyone get? So it's a fundamental train. This is the stuff that needs to be happening in the first 20 rides. Not after we go, oh shit, we're at Pre-St. George and I'm a stressed horse. Like ultimately we start with this. My very first ride on a horse that's never been ridden, I don't try to control bend. I make sure that things are flowing from back to front. Show me where you want to go and I'll show you how to get there from back to front. Okay. Let's go do the first class. Was that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks easy, huh? It looks so easy. And I was saying to Nikki and Annalene at breakfast, be patient with yourself because it is cliche to say body language. I don't speak Mandarin. I don't speak Flemish. I don't speak German. I speak English and horse. The body language of horses has much more to it than people realize. A lot more to it. And it's because people don't know it that horses like her get angry. That is the epitome of miscommunication. And I want to emphasize this. I did not go into the stall and do training. I went into the stall and communicated. It learned this language. Every horse on the planet speaks that, what you just watched. I'm going to sound really arrogant when I say this. I have not met a horse yet. Not in the beginning days, but now there's not a horse out there, no matter how angry or how frightened they are, that within 20 minutes they don't look at me and go,